G'day everyone, welcome back to Panda Garage. I'm in my, you would have seen Marilyn for a long time, and it's because I've got a new work ute, and unlike my old truck, I can actually use it all the time. And so Marilyn's sort of taking a bit of a back burner at the moment, and especially having the Commodore in progress at the moment, as you would have seen in plenty of the videos. Marilyn's taken a bit of a back seat. So essentially I've got issues with the car at the moment. I mean, we've got to replace the bushings on the front, and we also got to do some work in the car, which is, you can see like that for a while now. The fan's out, and it's either the fan's broken or the resonator's broken. So I haven't driven this because it's summer in Australia. It's way too hot. But what you can tell with my car, look at all the cobwebs, front windscreen. So as you can tell, it's frustrating. As you like, I just get in this car and I love it so much, but I haven't been using it a lot lately, if I can get my words out. And because it's summer here, aircon doesn't work, fans don't work, even the heater doesn't work because of this issue with the fan or the resonator. And yeah, it just makes it a bit hard to enjoy this car, but it's cooled off here, so I'm going to go for a little bit of a drive, blow the cobwebs out. So I'll join you in a little bit because I don't think I've got the holder for this on me at the moment. I think it's in the garage, so I'll have a quick look though, and if I do, I'll get you guys to join me on the ride. But at the moment, it might be just me and Marilyn for a brief moment, so I'll be back. Unbelievable, she starts first go. That's one thing about this car that's never let me down, is it's like just general reliability. Oh, she's loud. Can you hear that? It's a bit chattery. Okay, I don't have my holder, but what I'm going to do is I'll try and drive along with you guys, so you might lose me for a brief moment. Ooh, the brakes. Alright, that guy came out of nowhere. People speed up and down my street so much. It's actually crazy. Oh, she's a little bit chattery. Yeah, so what's going to happen with Marilyn at the moment? See, I'm sort of in a spot in my life where I've got to start making decisions, and it's not just like decisions that affect this year, decisions that affect my life. And I've been married now for over a year. My wife and I are like saving for our own place, and now that I've changed jobs, I can't have everything as I used to. Like when I had my truck, I could just I just parked it at home and I'd use my car all the time. But now I've got a ute and I'm allowed to use it pretty much most of the time. The company I work for, as I reappear and disappear and then reappear. Yeah, the company I work for are like really generous with what they give us, and it's a ute that I can use all the time, and like going to footy and like just in general, I've got something now that I can park like and drive around, and it's usable, unlike my old truck. So, and like in the future, of course, like we go do a lot of camping now, my wife and I, and she wants something new, like something different. I want something different, and to have Marilyn and to have the cruise, it's just starting to become like apparent that we need a downsize. And I feel like downsizing, it's going to involve both our cars. She wants something different, like something that's a bit more of an SUV, and something that's good for the future as well, like especially like having kids, and just like having more usable space. So something like a four-wheel drive or an SUV is something more along the lines of what we need now. And I'll probably watch this video back like I have thought in my mind for like months now, that it was a regretful moment selling my car. And I'll always regret like the possibility, like I am looking to sell Marilyn eventually, but not before we do a lot of videos with her, which, like, to get it just to roadworthy in Victoria, you need to sell a car, you need a roadworthy certificate. And there's a few things to the car I want to get done. I want to make sure that it's all sorted out, it's all done. And so then the next person that gets to enjoy this car is like ready to go. Because I absolutely love this car. This was a dream of mine. I don't know if I spoke about it on the channel before, but when I was younger, my brother and I used to always go to the motor show together in Melbourne. Every year it was on. And that was like our bonding moment. And we used to love the fact that we got to go on our own. It was something that we did together, and something that, like, it was special, because like I love spending time with my brother, and especially because he was right into cars just as much as I was. And when we first went to the motor show on our own, like even beforehand, but especially when we went on our own, we used to like go to the Holden stand and sit in the Monaros and go, one day maybe we'd be able to own something like this. And we came from a background that wasn't, like, we were pretty poor, like we were pretty poor. Like we lived a pretty humble life, and we made our own fun, and like we dreamed big, as we always do. Even now, still dream big. It just sort of is in you. And it sounds stupid, but I think you need big goals in life, or like goals that you can believe that you can achieve. Like, so many people would say, I want a Lamborghini, or I want an Aston Martin, or I want a Ferrari. And I don't know, I never really wanted anything like that. I saw the Monaro, go, that's the most beautiful car built. Like, my favourite car was like the Turismo Blue Monaro, like 2004 model, and I still got that magazine somewhere at home. I took it to school every day, and this is in high school. And I don't know, it was just so special to me, and it was sort of nearly like the achievable goal. It's not like some people work really hard and eventually get to that Ferrari. Like, it was an achievable goal. It was something like you could get it one day if you really tried, and the opportunity came up one day all those years ago. I think it was like 5 years ago now. I've had this car for like 5 years, which is insane. And it came up, and for 2 weeks I obsessed about the car, and it was like 2 weeks later, like to the day, it was in my hands, and I was driving home, and I laughed the whole way home. I was so happy, and it's been such a good car to me. I've had like barely any issues. When I first bought it, like, I think it started developing a hairline crack in the radiator, so that wasn't fun. That was hard, and but I had a bit of extra cash, I think, when I bought the car to be able to do that. But then for such a long period of time, it had no issues until the transmission went, pretty much. That was the next like thing that caused me a problem. But other than that, this car has been absolute gold, and it was such a good buy. And it's just age, I think. Like, I feel like that, considering it's a 2002 model and it's so good. Sorry if this is annoying people. You can leave it in the comments below if you're really annoyed about my steering wheel, but this is like the best way I could film at the moment. But getting off topic, as a typical fashion of mine, I found it's just the time's right. I think the time's right this year to sell Marilyn. I just don't have the power to be able to store her anywhere. And you just need, in the end, you need the money. You need to start your family. Like, there are more things more important than cars. Like, I mean, still, like, I still love them, still obsessed about them, and I'll always have, like, I always try and have something really nice, like, that I really like. It doesn't have to be like the $1 million car. It has to be something that you enjoy, you have a connection to. And I think that's always been an important aspect of my life. I've always bought with my heart instead of my head sometimes, which one day I'll go through the history of all the cars that I've owned, and you know, I've had some shockers. So that's what happens when you buy with your heart all the time and not think about the consequences. But I'll miss this car incredibly. But this year you'll see more videos as I work through some things on the car that I've always wanted to do to it, and especially now that I'm looking at selling it. Yeah, we'll be doing those in the next few months or so, which will be awesome. So I'll probably start getting that done as we finish up the Commodore as well. As you would have seen in the last episode, we got a new panel for it. It's in silver at the moment, but we'll be getting that prepped this week and getting it ready to paint, which will be awesome, because I really just want to get that car out of the garage, get Marilyn in there, start doing some work to it. It'll be really good. But I've enjoyed it. This was meant to be just driving up the street and back. And it's been like 9 minutes now, just me talking, but it's good to have a heart-to-heart with you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. But yeah, so that's sort of the big news. The cat's out of the bag that Marilyn will, by the end of this year, or even by midway this year, will probably be out of my hands. But continue to join me on Panda Garage. We'll be doing plenty of videos on Marilyn. Working a little bit more on the Commodore. Probably be doing some cruise stuff, some Vectra stuff. Might have a barn find video when my mate decides to pull a finger out of his out of the sunshine state and start moving on with his car. Yeah, but leave your suggestions, what you'd like to see on the channel. As always, I appreciate all the feedback, good or bad. If it's not very tasteful or nice, I won't reply to it too much. But enjoy the positive vibes you give on the channel, guys. I really enjoy it. Thank you all for your continued support as well. I'm recording this right now at the tail end of January, and all the videos are really out of whack at the moment, and it's a good reason. I sort of haven't been overly inspired to film. I have been filming and saying that, like, I just haven't been inspired to like put it together and put it on YouTube. Sort of hit a bit of a flat spot with just Panda Garage. Like, it's hard work, it's very costly and stuff. I think I've said it in videos before, and yeah, it's just been hard to sort of be inspired. But I'll let you in just a little bit. I'll probably talk about it in future video, but I got approached by a company to do some videos, which I'm hoping is still going, because I have a feeling it might have fallen through. I'm not too sure, but I was so excited. I thought it was not real when I got in contact. So hopefully there'll be a collab video in the future this year. And if the first one goes well, which I'm hoping I will hear from them soon, it could be a really great partnership, and I'm so excited to make these videos. I'm just one guy with a camera. Half the time it's his phone, but it really gave me a jump start to like really get into filming again this year, because last year, sorry guys, too much acceleration. But yeah, it's going to be a good year. I feel like it's going to be a good year, and by the end of it, you'll see some changes, and they'll be for the better. They'll be for the better in the end. Well, that's been what's been on my mind. This is the first time I've driven Maryland in like 3 or 4 weeks, so this has been good as well. It's been nice not having to change gears either. My work gear's a manual, but I'll probably get crap for having a automatic Monaro. But it's been a great car to me. Maryland's been a great car. Oh my god, I'm driving into a local like national park at the moment, and it is so rough driving in here. This is nuts. This is really nuts. Oh god, more potholes. Oh, sorry guys. Oh my god, this is so bad. Why is it so bad? Oh, I'm just so glad that this is an Australian design car, because half the places I've been, I probably wouldn't have been able to come if I was in anything else other than like an Australian built car. So got a few options for what we might get as a four-wheel drive, but I will leave that for a future video. Thank you all so much for joining me on this ride. Remember to check out Instagram, Facebook, the Panda Garage. I will start posting more stuff on there soon. If you've got any questions, you can leave them on there, or you can just leave them down below. But if you feel like you just want a direct message, message me on the Panda Garage or Facebook, of course. Also, yes, submit your rides as well. If you've got a really nice car you want to show off, post it on the Panda Garage, on the Facebook page. Really appreciate it. Should start getting some more people involved as well. It'll be awesome. Might try get to a car show or two before Maryland departs as well, or whenever that might be. But yeah, I might try and wash her up, give her a good scrub, and go down to some car shows, and we'll film those as well, because they'll be epic. So until next time, guys, my name's Matt. This has been Panda Garage, where it's always subpar at best. Can't achieve any more than that, especially when you're one man in your garage, just tinkering around, basically pissing in the wind. So thank you all so much for joining me. Until next time, I'll see you guys very soon. That is one dirty Monaro.